What's up, everybody? Lovely Castle Floor here in Warsong with Polius. It's the enemy's turn. We just cleared out the western forces. Now we're dealing with the northeast. Let's see what these guys do. The plan is to draw them down into my wall of monkly awesomeness. Are you just going to leave those guys? Then I'll have Sabra fly back north to absorb Ganelon's magic. And probably pick off these stragglers, because they're going to suck. Alright, you guys need to treat. Because they beasted out some living armor. Yeah, I think giving Calais the Evil Axe was always a mistake. She seems to do pretty darn well without it. In fact, a lot better because I'm not as worried about her dying. Alright, that's it. Did I forget to move? No, I think I'm good. My heart stopped for a moment. I said this is still going to be 2 sets of armor. She only has 4 MP, so yeah. I want to move over here. And like I said, she'll just wrap up all those guys. Mina's got... well, she doesn't have much in the way of defense. Anyway, these guys still need to treat. Move back into formation, soldier. Gonna go ahead and start moving them up. Also, zoom! Whee! Okay, good. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of straggling skeletons, and they should not have the defense to survive, or offense without their command bonus to survive a Dragon Rider. Oh wow, there's gonna be a lot of stragglers. She does a bunch of damage. I almost want to keep her. Oh no, she would get murdered. Right there. You are all so slow. So... alright. I'm still worried about the living armors. But I've got magic. I have lots of magic. And phase. And I can even just throw monks at the problem, frankly. Yes, come and fight me. Still gotta move these guys. Slow horses. Hey, yeah, no. definitely have some horses at work that don't like moving around indoors, even though the space is specifically built for them. It's like, I'm gonna walk super slow. I don't know how an animal with legs that long can move that slowly. And you know, with the 1,500-pound Andalusian horse does not want to go somewhere. It is really hard to get them to move. Even with a lead rope on a halter. And if I'm walking them just after they've been worked, so that, you know, because you don't want to switch out. So the way it works is with a horse, you know, while we're waiting for stuff to happen, you have what's called a halter, which goes around their face, and then there's a clip on the bottom that you attach a lead rope to, and you guide them, because, you know, they feel the head being pulled and they walk with it, so their head isn't being pulled on. It doesn't hurt them, but it's not comfortable, so they're like, yeah, let me move forward. When you're riding a horse, you have bridle, which also goes around the face, but more importantly, it has a bit that attaches into the mouth. Let's see if I can... I don't have any... Yeah. So, and the reins will then attach to the bit so that the, you know, you can guide the horse where you want it to go. But usually if you have a bridle on, if you bridle and reins, you're not going to have a halter on just by the way that they're shaped. You can Google a picture of it to see what I'm talking about. But if you're dealing with stallions, you don't want to not have a whole lot of control over them. And it gets awkward to the point where, well, I can't really pull too hard on the reins because you know, I don't want to hurt their teeth. And I can't put a bridle or a halter on to have better control over them while I'm walking the horse, because otherwise, then sorry, I'm turn the sound down. So it's hard to think cogent thoughts. The reins get in the way of properly putting a halter on. So it's very interesting sometimes having to quickly move a horse when the horse doesn't want to quickly move. Strangest things I'm learning at my job. Anyway. And I probably have some of like the logistics of that wrong. Like I said, I've just started with all this and I'm just now learning. I'm gonna see if this works. They're much closer range. And I really should be moving griffins too. Whereas griffins, you know, you gotta be real careful with a griffin bridle. I mean, that beak, man. How would that even work? That's actually an interesting thought. Like, would you bridle a griffin? I mean, you could put a halter on it. You know, that makes sense. Again, it's a matter of being able the bridle is all about giving the horse the direction you want it to go. Also, it provides control over the horse, as far as I understand it. Again, I'm actually not riding the horses, so some of the specifics of how that all works are actually beyond my own experience. Yep, they are in position. Let the monkening begin! Monk's MVP. Alright, Garrett, show him what power a king has. There's actually a really great part at my job where, you know, it's a junior night training where you have all these kids come in and they learn how to, you know, they learn like some of the most basic stuff that the knights do in the show. And one of the things we have them do is, all right, now let's hear your battle cry. And, you know, the kid, you know, being young kids not wanting to make, sometimes they don't want to make a lot of noise, so they kind of, nah. The knight goes, oh, that's disappointing. Your Majesty, he turns up to the king who's sitting on the dais. Let's hear your battle cry. And the king raises his sword, and then the audio plays the sound of a lion roaring. He says, that's why you're the king. It's cute. It's fun. And so I'm just picturing every time those little balls go flying out from Garrett's staff that, you know, there's a lion roar. Just think about it. Roar! This would be if I was better at editing, to actually have a sound effect of a lion roaring. Right, I'm going to make sure that I do this right. Yeah, sure. The thing is, I kind of want to control how many units are being killed, because I want to be able to deal... I've got to deal with 2 living armors at once. That's kind of scary. In fact... What's her speed? It's 12, right? 9. Had I been smart about it, I would have moved her to support Garrett. But I didn't, so... Which was a mistake, I will admit. I am man enough to admit my mistakes. Mostly. Of course, then when you have situations where it's not my fault, and I want to make very clear about that, because part of it's because I'm so scrupulous about admitting when I screwed up, that when I haven't screwed up, I want to make sure, you know, it's kind of like I'd like to not be blamed for that. But I guess it's one of those things I'm a little silly about, is people being, you know, that kind of stuff being... It's just one of those things I'm silly about. Alright, Baird. He's done, you know, an underappreciated amount of work today. And he's kind of held the line alongside the monks. Jeez. And provided some crucial AoE damage. Yeah, this is such a great defensive line. And just like Garrett, constantly gains strength. Treat. Attack. That one. Yeah. That's right. You pull back to defend, or you pull back to heal, you advance. Oops, I need... right there. Awesome. Alright, Calais, let's see what you can do. Can you reach this area in time? Also. So, 36, 24, 24, 21. This should go pretty well. I mean, it didn't go super great. Yeah, I gotta move all these guys now. Says take forever. Horses are slow. Never seen a horse move fast, that's not true. It is still sometimes a little silly, just, you know, these big animals. How easily startled such large creatures are. I mean, it's easy to forget that they're herbivores, which means that they're often prey animals. And it's just some interesting life experiences I've had. I love my job. And I actually... It's hard not to talk about it more, and since we're dealing with horses especially now, in this video. But, hey, you know, I like to share the information. So, let's see, these guys are going to retreat, and those ones are wrecked. Didn't even get a chance to throw their femurs at me. Femur, the most dangerous of bones. Oh, wow. That was pretty impressive, Baird. Alright, those guys healing is gonna give me the time I need to get Calais around. Oh. Especially with Garrett. Oh, wow. Just picturing him with that scepter just blocking all the sword strikes from the skeletons. It's badass. Oh, jeez. We'll need her to treat. Alright, Garrett, go for it. Little orb of magic, just whee! Treat. Alright, Sabra, you got hit pretty hard there. Treat. Fortunately, backup is on the way. And now we got griffins and slow horses. There we go. And fly, my friends! My feathered friends. I shall use your sacrifice to destroy the Strachosaurs. Griffins versus dinosaurs. Let's take a moment and think about how cool that is. Right? Like, I just, that's such a cool image. I'm picturing like an exploding volcano in the background, and, Viking death metal playing. Did I forget a griffin? No, it just looked like I did. Alright. Yeah, end phase. Right, those ones down there, yeah, they're gonna heal up. She's gonna get some experience. Not enough to level up, but, Was that really it? Alright, well... I want first strike. Okay. I was a little worried about that. Treat. There we go. And then let the skellies do their work. Their work is to die. Oh. If that's how you want to go, Garrett is happy to oblige. I might need to move those soldiers forward. Oh, come on, Sabra, really? Yeah, I think I might need to move Baird soldiers forward just to stall it out. Those monks are going to murder those skeletons. Is murder really the right term? Aside from it being aggravated and whatnot. I mean, the skeletons are already dead. It'd be like, it's kind of those Terminator stories where he's got the robots being killed. It's like, is killing the robot really murder? What is life? Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and move her down then. I think she's fine. Oh, well. They survived. Just kill these guys. Alright. Now it's getting scary. Gonna hold off. Oh, shoot. I've probably been forgetting to do? I slow horses. I've been forgetting all about them. And my fast griffins. No, because I was talking about how metal it would be for griffins to fight dinosaurs. I didn't miss a turn. Alright, I was worried for a moment, but we're good. We're all good. Everything's good here. Just move these guys up. Alright. And I don't want to kill them. I do want to make sure that Calais is in position. And he's going to heal. Oh. It's a little intimidating. Alright. Go ahead and finish those guys off. Saber, you don't do a whole bunch of damage. But again, I mean, your function, and it's a very useful function, is to block magic. Deadly griffins. Or dead griffins sometimes. So what is this? I have 8 units? Right. Oh, and the horses. Oh, Bayard, it's going to take forever to get up there. That'll probably be a video cut. Speaking of, next time on Polius Plays, we'll continue this fight. See y'all then.